Did President William Ruto violate the Constitution in allowing 3 advisers and the UDA Secretary-General to sit in cabinet meetings? A section of legal experts have questioned the president's actions barely 2 years since similar actions by then-President Uhuru Kenyatta were found to be in violation of the Constitution. Our very own Sam Gituku looks into the constitutional provisions and the damning findings of the High Court in 2021. Take a listen.
The taking of the oath of secrecy by presidential advisers Monica Juma of National Security, David Ndeye of Economic Affairs, Harriet Chigai of Women's Rights, and UDA Secretary-General Cleophas Malala was the culmination of many months of consultations on how best to enjoin some of the advisers in cabinet meetings. The Constitution in Article 152, however, enumerates members of the cabinet to be the President, Deputy President, the Attorney General, and Cabinet Secretaries, limited at between 14 and 22. This gives a maximum total of 25 members of the Cabinet at any given time. The 3 advisers and a Secretary General are none of the 25. Article 154 further establishes the Office of Secretary to the Cabinet, whose role is to arrange business of the Cabinet, keep the minutes, and communicate decisions of the Cabinet to appropriate authorities. With the oath of secrecy by the 4 new participants, questions abound over their place in law.
So you may find strangers now who invoke undue influence, who probably participate in decision-making processes around issues of national and public interest without the authority that should come from the people. 3
years ago, then Kandara MP and current Water Cabinet Secretary Ali Sohome petitioned the High Court questioning the clearance of then Nairobi Metropolitan Services Director General Mohamed Badi to attend cabinet meetings. Justice Anthony Murima found that, quote, as a result of taking the oath of secrecy, General Badi effectively became a member of the cabinet. Murima found that the Constitution in Article 132 does not accord the President any powers to appoint anyone into the cabinet beyond what is provided in the Constitution, finding that Badi's participation was in violation of the Constitution. While the President is free to pick any person as an advisor, their participation in cabinet meetings is uncharted, where cabinet secretaries who are lead advisors of the President in their line ministries will also sit. They include Defense CS and Interior CS on the national security front, Treasury Cabinet Secretary on the economic planning, and the Public Service, Affirmative Action and Gender CS on women affairs.
What extra value do they bring to these meetings? The question would be for the extra people who have not perhaps taken a similar oath but participate in the proceedings of an institution of people who have taken a specific oath of office, whether this could in a way compromise the decision-making processes and the decisions that eventually come out of such an institution.
Justice Murima in September 2021 found that the Badi inclusion in cabinet meetings was masked in secrecy, lacked transparency, and that since he was never vetted by the National Assembly before sitting in cabinet, there were no means of oversighting him. Justice Murima found that his term of office in cabinet was an illusion and that he was a stranger in cabinet. The High Court decision was never challenged, and Badi immediately ceased attending cabinet meetings, at least officially. Currently, Chief of Staff and Head of Public Service Felix Koskei also attends cabinet meetings. There is no constitutional provision allowing or requiring him to sit in cabinet or attend cabinet meetings.
With the reasoning and the history that Kenyans really wanted a limited and constrained cabinet, and hence the numbers gives valid justification that perhaps no other persons should attend those meetings.
The decision to co-opt the 3 advisers and a Secretary General in cabinet meetings will stand for the moment up until challenged in court. Were the challenge to succeed, of concern would be what that would portend for all decisions taken by the cabinet in the presence of the 4. For now, questions linger as to the scope of participation by the four, especially in deliberations and taking of decisions by the cabinet. Sam Gituko, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
All right, Gitux, thanks so much for that.